Hey everyone, it's Jessica and I'm back with another video using the Not Just for Boys Kit Club kit. This one's called the Aurora kit, and I'm actually making an Easter layout today. So I have already cut some Easter eggs out using my Cricut machine, and I've actually cut out a shadow for them as well. So I cut out a white shadow just using some plain white cardstock, that way it would peek behind all of mine, and then I'm going to just distress the edges of all of those little Easter eggs. And then I'm actually going to place some vellum over top as well. This will double as my bingo square for paper issues for my vellum challenge too. So what I'm going to do with the vellum, I actually cut that on my Cricut machine too, so it was the same shape as my little Easter eggs. I'm going to lay that over my Easter eggs and then sew down the middles of all of them. And then these little white Easter eggs with the wood grain paper, I'm going to use the stencil that came in the Essentials kit. And I am just going to stencil on some of that beautiful purple Distress Oxide in this little bunny stencil, because it's so super cute and I wanted to bring in that stencil and get to use it on something here. So I didn't want to add it in my background and take away from my eggs. So I thought it would be a little bit too busy if I did that. So I thought if I just add them to my eggs, then it would just give them a little extra design. So there's how I put my little eggs together. I'm distressing the edge of my background paper, which I've trimmed down to 11.5 by 11.5. So I'm going to mat it on top of that white cardstock so I have a little bit of a border. And then I'm going to take all of my little eggs and I'm going to sew down the middles of them. And I used a chain stitch, so I sewed them all together and then just had to cut them apart. And then here I'm just going to map my photo using some of the scraps from cutting my Easter eggs, and I'm still using some of those papers from the kit. And then I'm going to string some twine across here. This is actually the twine that the kit was wrapped in whenever it came in the mail for me, and I am reusing that. I love to repurpose all the items, so I am just going to string that across my layout here and use it as kind of like a clothesline, but I'm kind of gluing it down as I go and making sure that it stays put where I want it, because I didn't want it straight across, but I wanted it kind of in a curved design. So that's why I'm kind of using the Nuvo glue to glue it in place and then placing my eggs down as I go. That way it stays exactly where I want it to. And you know, I'm going to be honest, I totally did not like this layout at all. I wasn't even going to post it. I wasn't going to do the video, but then I thought, you know what? Somebody's going to like this. Somebody is going to draw inspiration from this, even if I don't like it. So it seems like sometimes the layouts that I create that I don't like, people absolutely love, and it gives them inspiration anyhow. So I'm posting it anyways. Even though it's not one of my favorites, I'm still going to post it. But it's not that I hate it, I think it's the colors. The colors throw me off, and I tried to pull in that cute little bunny that came in the kit, but I couldn't make it work out. But I did make the acrylic one work out. I put that one on the clothesline, so I really love all the pieces that come with this kit. I love the colors. It's just not my typical colors that I scrap. I'm typically like a blues and yellows kind of girl, and I kind of tend to scrap more bold colors, and I try to pull in cute Easter colors in this and the pastels, but I have a major issue scrapping pastels, and I think that's why I usually scrap with bolder colors and darks or blacks and just blues, greens, and yellows. Those are my typical go-tos, but I'm trying. So I'm trying to make this Easter layout work with this kit, and the kit is just absolutely beautiful, and I love the purples in it, and that teal color is my jam, but I am struggling with this kit a little bit. So I actually did my other layouts for this month using the Delight kit, and it has a lot more bold colors in it, and they're bright, which isn't my typical thing either, but it turned out I absolutely love that kit, and I pulled out a lot of layouts with it, and I just love them all because they're just so bright and colorful, and it's not my typical style, but I just love how those ones turned out. But there again, they're bold, and this one is kind of pastel, and yeah, it's a struggle for me. I'm on the struggle bus with this one. But I really like all of these little, I think they're $49 at Market, little pieces that come in this kit. There's a couple giant packs of them, and they have like literally a gazillion pieces to them. But I love the colors of them, so I'm pulling in a whole bunch of them, or what I can find that'll go with this layout, and I'm just kind of scattering them around my photos and also kind of working them into that clothesline. And then I found this little bunny from my stash and these cute little adhesive brads that were from an older Simple Stories kit that I have laying here in my spring box. And I thought those would be cute to bring in this layout too, because I didn't have a whole lot of Easter stuff, so I thought I could bring in those. And I keep trying to make that little bunny work, but it's just not gonna work out for this layout. But I do keep trying to make it work. It's super cute. And then here I'm just cutting down a couple of those little leaves that came in the little die cut packs, and I'm going to place those around my photos. And at one point here I actually take a break from this layout and I work on it another day. Actually, I think here is where I took the break, and I came back to it and I thought, I am just gonna like layer this all up. I'm gonna put a bunch of stuff around my photos, and then here's where I actually start to like the layout, because I think that's my kind of my motto: put more crap on my crap. But yeah, I usually put a lot of layers in here, a lot of embellishments, and I like embellishment clusters. And I'm just gonna kind of pop things here and there and fill in that white space at the top with a few things. And I'm just going to start adding some things, gluing some of those chipboards down. I thought they were adhesive on the back, so a couple of times you're gonna see me kind of trying to peel off that backing, but it doesn't have an adhesive backing on it. At least I don't think so. I had some trouble with it, if it does, but I don't think they're adhesive. I just used my Nuvo glue to stick most of those down. And then here I just wanted to make a cute little bow using some of that twine as well. It wasn't sitting the way that I liked it to, so I'm gonna grab my Tim Holtz Tiny Attacher stapler here and just staple down my edges. I could have glued them as well, but I wanted the additional staples in there because I thought they'd look cute up here. And then I'm gonna add just a couple more things to that top corner, just to give it a little bit extra. It's not quite filled in enough for me yet, so I'm just gonna add a few more things. And then I think I'm actually gonna go in and add some sequins to this layout too that came with the kits. But I'm just basically just tucking things in here and there and building this layout up, adding a cute little butterfly there from my stash. It's been in my stash for quite a long time in my spring box, so I'm kind of happy to use some of those elements up along with this just to make it look a little bit more Eastery and springy. And then there I'm going to stick my acrylic piece down. I use Nuvo glue for that, for my acrylic pieces. It seems to work really good in holding them down and making them stick long term, and it dries clear, which is nice. And then I'm just going to add those couple elements up there. So I'm liking this a little bit more now that I have more stuff on it, but it's still not my favorite, I'm not gonna lie. But again, I'm posting because I know somebody out there is going to draw inspiration from this and they're gonna love it. So here it is. But I mean, we don't have to like everything that we create. There's gonna be some times that we create something that we're not in love with, and that's totally okay. The point is that we're getting a memory on paper and into our books, and that's always my goal. So, and I'm just taking these sequins, I'm just adding them in with my sequin tool and my Nuvo glue, and I'm just gonna scatter those around my page as well. So I'm just using one of those sequin mixes that came in the kits this month, and I'm just kind of adding them all around my layout just to fill it in. So here is the finished result. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, even if I didn't enjoy creating it 100%, but I do really like how it turned out in the end, I guess. And so thank you guys so much for watching, and stay tuned.